keep the gully in. Got a chance. It won't swing for long. Ashen. That's what he's looking at behind it. The Matthew Hayden field, the one he loves. When he looks to square the wicket on the offside, all he sees is yellow. Yellow shirts, not many gaps. So South Africa 3, Australia 3, Afghanistan 2, and England could upset the apple cart if the opportunity arises against South Africa. That's a pretty important game. They pick themselves up off the carpet. Again on the leg, so his radar isn't right, but that makes it dangerous. The last over is a perfect example.
Yeah, velocity, and then the variation. Sure, he's a little straight on both the left and right handers' pads, but then you get that sort of delivery, a genuine wicket-taking delivery. Keeps you guessing, where's the next one going to be? And as a batsman, you're hoping not in the wicket-keeper's gloves after it's grazed the outside edge of your bat.
Afghanistan have got to be thinking, we've got to get through this movement. We know it's a great surface. We've just got to get through this movement. If we can get through, and if we're 30 for 1 after 10, so be it. 40 for 1 after 10, that would be great. But it's moving, and at the moment, let the bowlers have their way.
And he copped a bit of tap against the English 7 overs, going for 54 runs. But I sensed today that he was about getting wickets. He had an attacking mindset. He was going to let himself go because he's got genuine pace.
Well, that's gone a long way off the surface. There's no swing there. That has just deviated a long way off the surface. So what he's done with this pitch, in between times, in between games, he's freshened it.
I saw Marnus Labuschagne just warming up, standing there at the batter's end, and you can tell if it's a little tacky or it's a little wet on top because the studs stick in. They just leave a slight mark, and it definitely did. It's actually coming off the wicket, so the ball's swinging after the fact because the seam is a little bit wobbly as it comes down, and then it stands up when it goes through. The one he got one right was the one the seam was beautifully perfect.
How do you play that? It's a question that you just got to find a solution to. You walk down, you look, you square your eyes up, and then you get this delivery. What an absolute cracker. Hands are gone across the line of the ball. He's just guessing.
I'm looking forward to Dooley and Fish getting in here and having a look at this from a bowling perspective in terms of the grip, the release, because it's all very confusing for me. Now, these looks to be across the seam, this one, which comes back in. He's got the variations, just needs the experience and the confidence. But
there's been a lot of deviation off it. I wonder if the positioning that his thumb has at the moment, he's just slightly adjusting it around the ball, use that thumb quite a lot as a rudder to be able to push it down. Mitch Starc talks a lot about being able to be able to use that bottom thumb and that index finger to push the ball out of his fingers. See how strong he grips this one. Wobble seam, so expect this one to nip away from the batter.
Nicely judged single to end the 5th over. It's bowler friendly at the moment, I think it's fair to say, at 23 for 1. downtown Lahore on a Friday morning. Friday afternoon, actually, to be fair. Just want the old day to last as long as it can. Rightio, here we go, over number 6. Australia on top.
It's more than they've middled. 15 that they've missed. This is Johnson beating the bat. Ball standing up off the seam, going both ways. All very loose shots in terms of hands out. A little bit uncertain from Ibrahim. But you're sort of going as a better, okay, which way is it going? And when it's moving off the seam like that.
And so too is the movement off the wicket.
At last, a glorious cover drive. We've been waiting for it, and Sadiq provides some element of class.
Yeah, 1 for 15. He's finally made contact. A little fuller on this occasion. Johnson just missing his length. Fraction fuller, same sort of width, and was able to just slide his hands through the ball.
Well, they took point out and they've put him into a wide gully. There is effectively one player in front of the stumps on the offside. Look at that space. So what that field is saying is that they want him to be able to play his hands through that. Steve Smith was clapping after the shot. Beautiful hand position. Nice extension through the ball. Almost wonder as well, maybe these last couple of deliveries, he pulls his length back just like that. Sadiq struggled against South Africa with those short pitch deliveries. So he's saying, is it going to be short? And if it's not, is your footwork going to be an issue? Look at those slips. Look at that space. This is test match cricket, isn't it?
He's hit that gap again. Well, Steve Smith's given him the invitation. He's given him the invitation twice, and Alex Carey runs it down, but that's a 4 and a 3. And not overhit. Stroked.
Yeah, very good pickup. Allowed the ball to come a little bit more. See, the contact point was that. It was right by his front leg. On previous occasions,
a lovely Friday afternoon, particularly for fast bowlers.
It's been a good start though. Only one down while the ball has been going around corners. It's a good sign. Has been a lot more movement than what we've seen.
Good strike, good enough to get it away for 4 more. Precious few to hit away to the boundary, and so they'll treasure these.
Just a fraction of width on offer here. Zebran just throwing his hands through the ball. It's not a huge amount of control there. There's only 2 fielders in front of the wicket to beat. That's the length there. The bat just slicing. Base of the bat staying way open right through contact. Not a huge gap there, but he found it. When you're batting at the top of the order and you haven't had a huge amount of strike, just 11 balls faced halfway through the 8th over, you start to get antsy. You want to feel back.
Actually grips the ball, whereas Docious is a little bit more orthodox, holding it maybe on the front digit of the thumb and the 2 fingers above. Actually bowled and well played too. Laying dead straight. 41 for 1 after 8. Growing up, you talk about holding the ball quite lightly at the front of the fingers with the grip. Johnson on the left holds it very deep in the hands and it's almost on the middle of the thumb, balancing the ball in the middle of the thumb. Whereas Dwarshuis on the left holds it in a more orthodox manner. It doesn't mean one is right or wrong or one more effective than the other.
So colourful, always. The Afghan supporters. And 8 overs in, it might just be easing in terms of how much swing they're getting, these left armers.
You can see there 52% and 51% in the length area. But on a surface like this, when the ball's going around corners, we've seen a lot of swing, a lot of seam. Could they have just got it up there a little bit more, drawn the batters forward, look to make them play down the ground? As a top order batter, the last thing that you want when the ball's going around is having your stumps and your front pad challenged. But by doing that, you're bringing in both edges of the bat, particularly with two left armers bowling to a right-hander, for example. Ball swings back, your inside edge, your pads, your stumps are in play. And then we often see with left armers now, they're prepared to knock the ball off its axis and go across the right-hander. So the balance game between attack and defence becomes a really delicate one. Your footwork has to be really sharp. Your decision-making has to be crisp. But what we're seeing, particularly from Spencer Johnson, is that there's been some wild stuff as well. So to get in a rhythm can be really difficult at times.
Now, I was referring to the thought process of the bowlers. Some movement past that edge. And look at the disappointment there. Unable to get to and keep swinging away from him. Meat and drink. Sweating on something like that on a day where it's going past his outside edge. And Johnson will be very disappointed because it's an easy ball. It's an easy boundary.
And it's a gift for a top order player. Looking for something that he can just get away, potentially get down the other end. And he gets 4. With how much it's been swinging, you can sense the frustration from the Australians. I feel as though in a situation like this, they should be 2, maybe 3 down. But the Australian quicks just haven't quite got it right first up.
Yeah, to say that it's swinging around corners and then to see reactions like this. Out! It's not his best delivery, but they'll take whatever comes their way. It's that man Zampa again. Sadran gone.
It's not the best ball he's ever bowled, but he doesn't care right now. It's short, just dragged down and it's wide, but he can't control it. Marnus Labuschagne behind point. Comfortable catch. Just what Australia needed. Zampa into the game early. Wicket in his first over. Ibrahim goes. Afghanistan lose their second at 70 for 2.
Ramachar walks out to the middle, in at 4. You just keep coming and you think back to when they started and these names have
been around with us for some time. This is a huge wicket, and wrist spinners get away with some of this, where they might not bowl their best delivery. He is distraught, Ibrahim Zadran, and it's that man Zampa again.
He did all the hard work to get through the new ball spell, didn't he? Rahmat Shah is a good player, technically very good. But this will be a different challenge. Having to start against spin. Australia with a reasonably defensive field. There's no slip in place. They're looking for a mistake in front of the wicket. Catching cover, catching mid-wicket, trying to get Rahmat Shah to force something off the front foot, try and force the error.
Whilst he infused the bowling with sort of a bit of this spin and that spin, I think he was encouraged, Smith, by the turn from Maxwell, and has decided to go two spinners, and probably feels he might get more control, certainly more than he got from the faster bowlers. Gets on that one, played with a straight bat. One and the big wicket for Zampa. 71 for 2. Bonus wicket for Zampa in the previous over. Just a shortish, wideish one. Rahmat Shah just 36 for 4,000. And Mozai needs 34.
Hey, Maxie. A few quick ones here, lads.
They're just looking to peg things back a touch here from to seem like a very good start for Afghanistan. That was sliding past the edge. Good afternoon to Matthew Hayden and to Ali Khan.
Good afternoon all. It's the spin that has done a bit of a damage here, because I thought Afghanistan had a...
Watson's gone for the sweep and he's got the distance too. It's been dispatched before. The run's really beginning to flow quickly. That's 100 for Shane Watson.
Fantastic innings from Shane Watson, 105 not out there at Centurion. And Australia winning comfortably in the end. And he was Maxwell. And he's a little more like it. Rock back. Punish it over mid-wicket.
Rahmat Shah picked that length very quickly. Off the back foot and out towards the mid-wicket area in a flash. That is a very good shot. A boundary in the previous over gets them going. Oh, gone! Really good from Glenn Maxwell. The previous delivery was a short one. This was probably slightly quicker and fuller. And it's an outside edge, a really good catch behind the stumps.
Key wickets at important times. Maxwell's first delivery, a real half-tracker, punished away. Tries to give himself some width. A little extra bounce is what we've seen in this track today. A little extra on the chin there as well from Maxwell. Shah gone for 12. It's 91 for 3.
Asmadullah Shahidi, skipper. Seem to get a little bit going and then lose a wicket. It's on a crucial time. And Zampa picked up his first, score at 70. And Maxwell has got his first. Similar pace to the first one, just a little bit fuller. Quite had a punch off the back foot. Looked to give himself room. Good catch too. Lewis behind the stumps. Elfie edge. A short is the new bowler. Introducing the 6th bowling option. Relatively early on, just give him a little bit more leeway late in the piece.
He used 8 bowlers the other night, did Smith. Seems like the pace off is not a bad option here at this stage. They can just keep rotating, mixing.
Big shot. Nobody back there. And it wouldn't have mattered anyway. 6 runs and 50 up to Senegula.
Been a good knock, and this is a very good shot. First ball of the over 2, trying to put some pressure back on Glenn Maxwell. Not a bad ball by any stretch. Mid-on's up inside the circle. It's an invitation. One he's happily accepted.
Yeah, wonderful batting. And a tough time of it early on, with the ball going past his outside edge. But he survived all of that, and you could say the same of the whole innings. Oh! Hashmat trying to get himself away. He's very lucky there. Nearly ran past it.
He's got just enough on it to evade Josh Inglis. He went early. Maxwell saw him come in and dragged the length back. Oh, how lucky is that?
That's where the captain yells, keep your legs closed. You're like, come on. I've got 0.1 of a second to try and get something behind that, and you're the one yelling, and the other batter at the other end's going, great gap.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, player.
I didn't ask for subtitles, but I can get them requested if you need from me.
18 Martin. Goodness gracious.
Oh, nice, excellent.
113 for 3.
We're seeing a lot of different variations from off spinners these days in terms of the way they grip and what the reaction off the wicket is for the ball. Maxwell's wicket, there's one there, the one that just gripped a little bit more, went onto the stumps. That was the wicket delivery. Similar area, a little bit of extra bounce. Good take from Josh Inglis. The reason that did that is just a different...
It might be a different ploy in the middle overs here with the ball not swinging anymore. But just at the beginning here has been too much towards leg stump.
I think his aim in chatting to him before the game was he wanted to bring the stumps into play as much as he can. And I think while the ball moved a lot in the first 10 overs, the accuracy wasn't there. Maybe the one dismissal was the only one that actually hit the wicket. So for him here, it's just that angle back in. He's got some good cutters, slower deliveries on the ball as well. issue for him here is the batters are hitting as a left-hander into the shorter boundary, so does it negate that plan of actually pitching it short?
Shot. He's taken off there, and that's just smacked away. Easy as you like for 4.
Anytime the Australians have taken pace off today, they've been hurt. Mid-on and mid-off are up inside the circle. Try and crash a length.
More runs. Yeah, that leg side still being peppered. It's 10 in that comeback over. 126 for 3.
It's nice.
Australia have just been a little bit too full with their spinners so far. Zampa in particular, he was full. There's been good partnerships. It means that the wicket's probably settling down. Like that, takes the pace off. It's down below 85 Ks. If there's any kind of hold in the surface, which we have seen there is, if you can manage to get any turn, looking to play with a straight bat, just means short cover, backward point, they come in the game.
Well, both of these guys against the spin had their boundaries straight. They're very much different in terms of subcontinent players, where they do hit straight. So if it does hold a little bit and they're looking to hit straight and potentially across that long on air, it creates that opportunity for a leading edge or outside edge.
The ploy very much from the Australians to say, you batters who can bowl spin, you're going to have a job to do. So it's not just about hitting balls and doing your batting in the net. And as you... Minare, Pakistan. Ellis. Just a couple of overs in his first spell, and was being asked by Smith to come in and probably do better than the first.
Just been looking at Sadiq's backlift in action. Very much the ball outside off something he really struggled with. A lot of that is because his face is open on the delivery. We see a lot more comfort both at the start of his innings and also the previous over. That's a bit straighter. Look at that bat plane. He gets the bat right around the cock wrist, very much looking to hit square. That's the reason why he struggled slightly to the ball wider with the hands away and that open face.
Fielder out there will just be a single.
It's quite a unique way in terms of doing that, and as a bowler you sort of say, can you get underneath the bat or can you just push that wider and try and get that outside edge? But I guess in this position in middle phases, Finchie, what are you saying to the bowlers from a captaincy perspective?
Well, I think that's where you try and target him. You try and look around that fourth.
You look for patterns, don't you, in the game? You want it to go a certain way.
Catch!
The shots of catch it. No. All the way over the ropes. Sadiqullah for 6 more.
It's a beautiful shot. First ball of the over again, looking to target Zampa. Put the Australian leg spinner under pressure. He uses his feet beautifully. Mid-off's up inside the circle. So he knows he's got a free swing of the bat. He just has to get half of it to beat mid-off, but he gets more than that. It's a beautiful shot. Straight away, that forces a change. Forces mid-off back. Adam Zampa, he has to blink first here. He has to be the one to change his plans. No fielder out protecting the offside. That's where his line has to be. Can't afford to be any wider than that. Such beautiful hands for the ball. Big high back lift. Releases the hands nicely.
It's almost like Harry Brook, where you see the top of the toe of the bat pointing right up in the sky, and all that means is that they're already loaded and they use their wrists a lot. If you look where that bat ends up, the cock of the wrist very much comes back down the wicket, and that's how we can create that power. I mean, we talk a lot about in terms of subcontinent players, but these Afghanistan players are strong.
More control in the way he's going about it, Siddiqullah. Earlier on, the quest is for more than 2 overs in a row where they have things under control, Australia, and they're not managing to go 2 and 3 and 4. And yes, it's because of the reaction of Afghanistan, who will feel they can't allow that for Australia. But if you're Australia, you're
Just finding that length that's not quite sitting up into the surface, which allows a free swing. He's getting on a bit now, Glenn Maxwell. He's 36. Everything just takes a bit longer to warm up. One throw, lingering for a lot longer.
shot, timing, and placement too. 4 runs.
50 partnership up. It's just another one of those deliveries that we're talking about. It's an easy boundary. They don't have to search. They don't have to take a risk. It's too wide from Nathan Ellis. Any left-hander loves them there. Great effort by Marnus Labuschagne, a backward point, but there's no stopping that. Australia just can't build enough pressure. It's coming too easy. Boundaries are coming easy enough.
Big shout from Ellis. Nothing, says umpire Wolf. They'll discuss it, no doubt about that. They would dearly love Siddiqullah out. Still asking, I don't know, he says. Certainly not going over. The issue really is about whether it pitches in line or not. And from over the wicket, probably to the lefty, just pitches outside.
He moved his lefty.
For 6. Australia picking up wickets at regular intervals. Nathan Ellis back into the attack.
Little touch there. Was there or not? Now, Australia are very, very adamant here. Very confident.
We have an umpire review for caught behind. Original decision is not out. It's fair liberties. Clearly gone past the bit with the gap. You can go back to Kumar on the field. Kumar, you can stay with the original decision. Knocks out. We'll get you back on screen. You're on screen.
You not have hearing tests in Australia.
They were confident behind the wicket, weren't they?
Everywhere.
Everybody went up all together. I think that says it all. He's missed that by a mile.
Well, let's not forget the last time it was Ellis and Ingles. They said, let's not go for it, and it was out. Wasn't there a test match, Smithy, where there was a little noise that apparently come from nowhere? Massive snicker on the bat. New Zealand would have won that test match. First pink.
Which one are you talking about?
Pink ball test in Adelaide. Well, it was probably Joel,
I know,
no
that
doubt.
could have been anything. Crunch through the onside, but only a single. This is going to be interesting. They're trying to bounce Gilberdine. And I like the field with the short leg as well, but he ain't going to back down. He is not going to back down.
No, he won't. I just think the left arm angle of Johnson can just cramp him for room a little bit more than what someone like Nathan Ellis will. Had 3 out on the leg side on that occasion, now just the 2. Expect Ellis to pitch it up a bit more. He goes straight to a change of pace. Gilberdine is somebody who wants to hit consistently. He's a one-pace swing of the bat kind of man. So that's where the slower balls will come into play. This is where Nathan Ellis comes into his own. There's a back of the hand one. Let's get some extra bounce.
Oh, it's beautifully directed, and in the end, he's actually played that very, very well because it was a terrific piece of thinking in bowling.
Don't mind this length to Asmad as well. Someone that is very much heel-toe, doesn't get through the crease. Just a slight little bit of tail back as well. Beautiful delivery.
That's where Nathan Ellis has excelled in his game, particularly around the T20 format, where he's slower balls and then Yorkers. He's always looking to stay one step ahead of the batters.
Right, from this point onwards, they get what they're getting now. They get 250. That won't be enough. 274 is interesting. 298, excellent. Excellent with their spinners. On a pitch which will just be a little older than when Australia batted on it last time around. Short leg in place. Goes from, it doesn't get him. It was an awkward height. It was beautifully bowled. Steve Smith likes it. Afghanistan will like the result. And what did this come off? Was it off the head?
It was a well-directed short ball from Johnson. Yeah, it's skimmed the top of the lid. Flies away over the keeper.
I saw something I didn't think I'd ever believe. I've just done a split screen. This is going to be the best analysis. Gilberdine on the left, Ian Bishop on the right.
That nearly cleaned out short leg. Manus, it nearly hit him.
We couldn't get enough Piero to work out who's had the longest muscle between Bishop and Gilberdine.
I reckon Bish might be a distant third on the ground, and I thought Bish was just signalling one short.
He's a great athlete. He made great ground. Full-length dive, and it just pops out when he hits the ground. It's a great angle of it. He's got it. Elbow hits the ground, and it just pops out. Outstanding effort. Great commitment from Matt Short. Just can't hold on.
Big moment. That would have been a very big moment in this game, because that would have been the end of someone who can truly hurt them. Oh.
Just didn't quite get his mitts right around it. See, it hangs in his fingertips. Like you said, Smithy, how often do we see small moments like that create a difference? Wonderful effort.
Who wants this? It's got to be the keeper. It's got to be Inglis. It's got to be safe. Safe. So the short drop meant for nothing. And Gilberdine, who could have been so hurtful, is not tonight.
That's a good catch by Josh Inglis. Went so high. It's pace on from Ellis. Gilberdine trying to target that shorter boundary. Got the speed wobbles here for a second, Josh Inglis, and you can just see there the relief as it goes into those big mitts. That's a huge wicket for Australia. Gilberdine goes for 4, 199 for 7.
Inspirational team leader. He's not the skipper, but he has plenty to say and plenty to plan, and you can read a game by just looking at his face. And looking at it now, he knows he's got a job to do. 10 overs. They have to bat through these 10 overs, but they have to get runs as well. They just can't exist and get 1s and 2s because Australia bat deep. Good catch. Likes this ground, doesn't he, Josh Inglis?
One thing to take into consideration today, though, as opposed to the other games that have played here, this surface has been used earlier in the tournament.
Oh, if you take it and break it down in 4 lots of 10 overs, Afghanistan have only won one of them. 62 for none. He's got options to burn here, Steve Smith, depending on which way he wants to go. The Ellis option's a good one because of his change of pace, and change of pace to tail enders is often a great asset. Zampa with 3 overs to go. He's still got that short if he wants to go back to him. Ben Maxwell. I went at him short into the body. Didn't give him any room for error. Hit him on the head. That would have unsettled him. Then close in again at the body, isn't it? The whole time it's at the body. No room to swing the bat or get the arms extended. And in the end, he succumbed.
Yeah, it's a good plan. He's very strong down the ground, that mid-on and mid-wicket region on the front foot. Good planning, good execution from Australia.
Plenty to say with the ball later on, but he might have to do a bit of batting as well. Lord Ahmed, who has not been right on song with ball in hand. Frustrating times for Jonathan Trott. Number of starts, no conversions.
Get a feel here, Finchy, that these batters are just sitting deep in their crease, just sort of waiting to expect the ball to be short, and also trying to create that slower delivery to be a little bit shorter than what it would naturally be.
Yeah, and what they're trying to do here is try and take any risk out of the game. Build a partnership through running between wickets. Drop and run, get down the other end.
But if he's looking for inspiration, Rashid Khan, he might just want to cast his mind back to Mumbai.
It was a brilliant knock. You come out all guns blazing right towards the back end. 35 not out off just 18 on that occasion. Like Australia didn't have too many answers for him. He played all around the ground. Of course, we know what happened towards the back end of that game. Nation's hopes on the line was pure magic.
Speaking of which, Hugh Maxwell, Hugh Asmat.
Well, the sound off the bat. This isn't the first time that Adam Zampa's been hit 6 off his first delivery. Third time today. Talked about what they were going to do with his last 3 overs. Well, here you go. Room outside the leg stump. Drop that hip and bat through beautifully. That is absolutely gone.
98 metres, that's huge. It's a pure swing of the bat.
Seven off the first 2. Kind of pressure they want to put back on Australia now. Big starts to each over. Another 4 singles, fine. 11 off, 12 off. That starts to accumulate very quickly when you do that. Risk-free for the rest of this over. We say risk-free, did we say risk-free? I think we'll say lucky. No need, Rashid Khan.
Modern player, they want to continue putting the hammer down. Rashid Khan wanting to get in on the act. Doesn't get close enough to it, but he gets lucky. Slices out over cover.
That's a better shot. That's a very, very well controlled shot indeed. And it's a brilliant piece of fielding. Magnificent, in fact. Shaheen Mosk in the background, Finchy in the foreground, tail of the tape, 270 for 7. What are you thinking here? 7 and over, 266. That's healthy enough. It'll be threatening.
Absolutely, it will be threatening, particularly after we win the toss.
23 for 7, 6 overs to go.
How many? That's the question, really. How many gives you a chance, a foothold in this game? Somewhat. 223. You have Afghanistan. Yeah, there's Nathan Ellis. Slower deliveries. There'll be many more of them in this final phase. Just the 6 overs to go. And for Australia, it's critical that they
Didn't find the gap. Said maybe pace off now.
off the edge, an educated edge. They needed that, Afghanistan, 4 to close the over out. It's 230 for 7. One will think is, confidently.
In the next over and a half, certainly alters the equation in terms of batting power.
It's in the gap. A couple of bounces and 4. That'll do nicely for Afghanistan.
Well, if they can get hold of these kind of deliveries and put it away for a boundary, then maybe 270, above 270, 280 is very much a possibility. Going at a rate of just above 5 runs an over, they go at 9 from here on. 277 is on the cards. That is a very good shot. Taking at the gap and then also getting the boundary.
again. This time it's gone straight up. Maxwell accepts gleefully. There you go. There's the wicket they were after. Dorcius the man.
Straighter line than the previous delivery, which was cut away, so he had to try to help it. He was batting across the stumps anyway. And he's had a number of deliveries that have fallen into vacant territory. Not this time. Maxwell takes it, and now Australia can continue thinking, can we bowl out Afghanistan within the overs left? 4.5 overs left. 19 to Rashid Khan, 235 for 8.
Number 10 needs to provide support to Azmatullah. Minimum requirement for Afghanistan from this point, with just 2 wickets standing, is to try and bat their overs. Fighting the angle here, looking for that shorter side. Paying for some of the game. Who wins gets in. Big day for both these teams. Smiles on the faces of the Australians. Will still be smiling with all these wickets they've managed to take. Oh, wow! What a shot! That is outstanding from Azmatullah Omarzai. 6 runs off the highest order.
That is a top shot to hit that length down the ground for 6. Pace on the ball. This guy is some player. Over 300 runs in the World Cup. A lovely knock in the previous game here against England.
Offside, he has protection square. Right, ready to go. Bang! Out of there! A long way out of there! What a shot! This guy can play. Azmatullah Omarzai for 6 more.
It's interesting to me, Glenn Maxwell, who I think is a deep mid-wicket, is about 10 yards off the boundary because it's the bigger side of the ground, so he's banking on a miss it falling into his hands on the bigger side. No chance. That's cleared that big boundary.
Just calculating in that mind on what do I need to do, where can I go, what can I get? He can get all of that. He can get all of that. Some of these shots that have been played here this afternoon. Has faced just the 7. Taken control and putting pressure on the Aussies.
Stumbled into the gym yesterday evening. Just remember, you had runs and wickets 2 days ago. Yesterday evening, Omarzai was in the gym working out. He's come out here, runs again, and then he has to come and bowl crucial overs. It tells you, speaks of the level of fitness the modern player has to have to operate.
Fielder takes the catch. Top work by Alex Carey in the deep. It'll save Australia a boundary or 2.
Good safe catch, big side of the ground there, remember. It's a shot that he's played with some aplomb today. Just held on. And that's all you need to complete the dismissal. Ooh, says Nabi. Terrific knock from Azmat Ormazai. Reigning ODI Player of the Year, 67, 272 for 9.
Azalak Faruqi. 2 balls to go. Can they utilise these 2 balls? For Australia, they want a good one here from Dorcius. Just finish it off. Knock the stumps out the ground. They'll run the bye. Every little bit helps. Another look at the end of Azmatullah Ormazai. What a knock, though.
Absolutely brilliant. Somehow managed to hold on to it. But what a knock. What an excellent knock to give his side some hope. 273 on the board. They'll be hoping the bowlers can do the part, especially him. Azmatullah Ormazai picked up a 5-er in that last match. But what's important for Afghanistan is the spinners to do well.
They'll run again. An appeal from behind. Josh Inglis. And we're checking it too because umpire Damasina said, nope, nothing on that.
We have an
Let's see.
umpire review for caught behind. Original decision was not out. Let me just go look at the split screen. Goes fairly close to the edge. Can we have ultra edge when available, please? Just waiting on ultra edge. Running through. Okay, just roll that back. So it's just another spike. Next frame. Keep going. Yep. So we've got bat involved. We see if it's carried, just fair catch part, please. Got bat involved. It's the start of the frame here. Just roll it back. Can we zoom that up? Just go back again. Looks like it's bounced into the glove. Just got the ground. Yep, catch is fair. Kumar, I'm going to get back on screen and I'm going to recommend you change your decision to out.
Here's confirmation. Given out. And so Afghanistan 273 all out, having won the toss and decided to bat first.
Yeah, they struggled earlier on, but that wicket from that innings from Siddiq was an excellent one. 85.